Hey guys, we're gonna do a first crank video, fire in the hole. Actually, we already run it, but you hadn't heard it run yet, so stay tuned. You're gonna hear it in just a little bit. Hey, you're gonna like it too. But hey, it's gonna be great. Redneck radiator flood. We're trying to get prepared to fire the engine up, make fire in the hole. Shop destroyed. Well, we cleaned it up some, but it was a lot worse than that. Trying to get some temporary gauges, water pump belt, that's coming. We run that steel fuel line. You see that anodized steel fuel line. And I thought I was doing the right thing and get some AN fittings to make all that look nice, and didn't turn out so well. So I'm gonna replace the steel line with this all the way from the fuel pump back to the tank to eliminate some of the AN fittings. That's the one that's leaking, that ferrule, where that AN 90 hooks to that steel line, that ferrule leaking. I couldn't get it to stop leaking no matter how tight I got it. And same, I just put a rubber line. That's got a ferrule in on that end too. So this steel line's got a ferrule on that end too. This is what, leaking too. So both of the ends of the steel line leaking where the ferrule is, so we're gonna replace it. We're gonna replace the steel line with that all the way back, be done with it, hopefully. Yep. Fire in the hole, coming soon. So we got the hard line replaced with the nylon and braided line all the way up, so we got the fuel leak stopped. Good thing, we don't want no fuel leaking when we're throwing fire out the engine. But that's a good line. I mean, I guess it's made in China, but it's nylon braided, got steel reinforcement in there, so that should be good. Rat rod ready. Wesley gave me an old distributor, and I took it apart, I got the shaft out, so I could prime the oil pump. Yeah. He also gave me this XL, it's a points distributor. I took the points out, filed them, cleaned them, made them like new, so hopefully we'll get some fire for that. So I got my distributor shaft chucked up on the drill. I'm gonna prime the oil pump and just stick it down in there. Find the hole right there. I already done this one time, but I had this drill and forward spinning. It wouldn't build no oil pressure. I said, what's wrong? Then Don reminded me this is a Ford, so it turns counterclockwise. So turn it counterclockwise to work fine. But I'm gonna prime it up a little bit more because that was yesterday we primed it up. So I got the drill on low gear so it turns slow, but we don't need to turn it fast. Oil pressure. Spin it faster. £50, and you tell us everything's good because it holds that 50 pounds, it just barely goes down real slow. So we're good with the oil pressure. Yeah. Distributor shaft. So since I got the valve cover on, I can't see the rocker, I'm just stick my finger in the hole. There we come. All right, now I need to bring it up. I got a mark for top dead center. Can you see that mark? Yep. That's top dead center mark. It needs to be right here, but I don't want it on top dead center. I want it about 10, 12 degrees before top dead center. So probably about right there. So I got it turned to about 10, 12 degrees before top dead center. And I got number 1 on the cap, which points like right there. So I want this rotor pointing right there when this goes all the way down in there. So number 1, I got number 1 on the cap, goes right there. I got this point to number 1, so I got plenty of room to advance and retard it. So yeah, distributor's in. Don, we're so close to making fire in the hole. Get close. We got the battery hooked up. We got our gauges, cutoff switch. We got the coil wired up. Got the points clean in the distributor. We don't have gas in the carburetor yet, but might be in a minute. When I do a first crank, I like for it to crank first time. I don't like to sit there and spin. So I make sure everything is right, or close as I can get it to right before I even try it. So we got the timing. You done seen me put the distributor in, pointing to number 1 at about 10, 12 degrees before top dead center. So that should be right. Now we got the coil wired up. I got the coil wire in. I'm gonna see if it's firing right there. So Don's gonna turn the switch on and spin it a little bit. We're gonna see if it's firing. Yep, we got fire. So we're debating if we want to fire it up without the headers on. It shoots the fire out, but probably not. We're probably gonna bolt the headers on and get ready to make fire in the hole right here. You guys wish us luck. We got fire, we got oil pressure, and we already got gas in the glass filter coming up. And just so you know, for those of you that don't know, I got some gas in this right here. And I could just get that overflow tube right there and fill that carburetor up with gas. Instead of sitting spin, trying to get gas up, to just dump a little bit in the bowl and you got gas in the carburetor. So we're gonna do that. Before we actually try to crank it, we're gonna put gas in the carburetor through those overflow tubes. We're about to make fire in the hole. Before I do, I'm gonna fill this carburetor up. I got rubber hose, got my jug there. Fill it up to sight glass. Coming up to sight glass. That's how you feed carburetor up. We're ready to make fire in the hole. I got gas in the carburetor. We had a valve cover leak when we put oil in it. Got oil all over the side of the block. So, and plus, this will be the first time the motor cranked up. So you can look for smoke for a while for sure. Hopefully it even crank and make smoke. But we got water in the radiator. We got the belt on it. We got it at 12 degrees before top dead center point number 1. I think we might have to turn a little bit, but and
Don't get turned laid out, hooked up.
no. Yep, all 4.
We got gas pouring out the back of the pump. As soon as you pumped it, we got gas gushing out of it. Yep, pour it out.
Got a leak in the carburetor. Got to fix that before we do fire in the hole. So hang on.
But
What's happening? We've got no juice going to the starter now for some reason.
those
It's
are
already even tight.
half of 9/16.
9/16. Why you didn't tighten it up?
I'm gonna catch hell for anything that's wrong, so.
Well, I'm pretty sure you put her on. Alright, we got a starter pile fixed one more time.
We'll spin it for a second and then flip the ignition.
Just hitting 190.
Guess what failed?
Maybe it's just our hoses. Won't get squirting straight up that man.
Alright, we'll set the timing on it. Got a little radiator leak, but we're gonna still set the timing, I think.
That starter.
Alright, got the vacuum line off, plugged, so we'll see what happens now.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go. Go. redneck radiator flush. Took too long to set the timer. So we got a few minor issues. The starter's acting up. I'm about to take it apart, see what's up with that. The radiator sprung a leak where we JB welded that neck on, so we're gonna see if we can find a professional TIG welder to fix that for us. And let's see what else. That's about it. Main thing is the radiator. And of course, you've seen we've done a redneck radiator flush. And some of that water might have went down the carburetor, and we spun it over with the key off and blowed it out, but there wasn't nothing in it. But we're gonna fire it up anyway, run it a little bit more, just to make sure there's no moisture inside the engine cylinders. And man, this thing is radical. I mean, you guys hear it, this sounds badass. We got the total timing set at 35 degrees for top dead center. The spark plug wires there are temporary. They don't even fit, and they blew. I'm gonna buy some yellow wire and make my own wires, kind of like I done the Junkyard Dog, make them look really nice and route them up underneath the headers and make that look good. So these are just temporary, but it runs with them, so that's a good thing. And we got single point distributor, probably gonna keep that because it sounds like it works good with it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What else? Oh yeah, this thing is radical. Yeah, we're gonna crank it up one more time. So stay tuned. So we're not gonna run it long because you know we got some issues with the radiator. Don't even have no fan on it. That's why it got a little bit overheated. Well, it didn't even get hot. We just had the radiator cap off of it. Should have had it like half on something, but we didn't. And we're done the radiator flush, so we're gonna blow the water out of the motor right now if there's any in it. There ain't nothing in it, but we're gonna make double sure there's no water in it. So yeah, let's go.
Tell me when.
Go. Cut it off. Now it's running too lean. Let me open the jets up a little bit.
That's what I thought too.
All right, try it out.
That's what Jimmy Dale does. He goes, wow! He stands out, waves his arm out the car every time he revs it.
Success!
Sounds good.
This thing is radical now, I'm telling you. Yeah, this thing even looks bad. It looks pretty cool back here, don't it?
It's like an airplane ready to take flight.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, it had 60 pounds of oil pressure, even after it warmed up idling. I'm talking about it got great oil pressure. Yeah, it's perfect. We're gonna have to do some fine tuning, you know, get the carburetor adjusted. Look like it might be running a little rich, a little lean. We'll deal with that when we put it together permanently. Of course, you already know I put different valve covers on it. I just stuck them on to run it, but I got them Cal Custom valve covers. I got to get the paint off of them and put something different on it. So, yeah, spark plug wires, valve covers. I got a cool air breather part, kind of, sort of. And so next week, we're going to build a transmission part and get the radiator to a shop, let them fix the radiator, get the starter tore down and get it fixed. And yeah, the starter may be fine. It's working sometime, but sometime it acts up. So I'm just gonna take it apart and just look at it, see if it's something, probably something minor in there. All right, hit it. All right, guys, first crank. Appreciate you. See you next time.